Hello, this is Konstantin Meyer for comportonline.de, and at comport-online.de you can download the new collection CPO presets. These are 100 presets for After Effects, and in this tutorial series I want to cover some of the presets. At first I want to give you an overview of the CPO preset and its content. You install the CPO presets with this little setup, English or German. They will be installed and you can use these presets in Adobe After Effects. Go to your Effects and Presets panel and choose Refresh List, and if we go into the animation presets, CPO presets, you see they are there and they are for your use. Okay, let's jump back into the Explorer, and we've got these three folders here: content, previews and tutorials. In the content folder we can see this pre-comps. They are pre-comps. I will talk about that later, and the presets once again if you have not one or want to reinstall them or so on. You've got the DVD cover and the license agreement and effect descriptions. I will talk about them later. And previews, that is pretty helpful. I will go in here, you can see it. You've got advanced presets here. You can click on that and see every advanced preset, and you will have a description and how you apply it, and that's pretty useful. You can see how it will look like when it's applied, and pretty useful. Okay, if you click on the header you come back to the main menu. You can see all the color correction presets. It's pretty useful if you want to see how they will look like on your footage. Backgrounds, you can see every background here. Collections, how the collections will look like, and so on. Pre-comps, you have a good description for them and how you use these pre-comps. And of course the tutorials, I think you're listening to them right now. And yeah, I said that you can download these CPO presets from comportonline.de, comport-online.de. The first preset I'd like to show you is the Planet Creator. And the Planet Creator is a powerful preset that creates a 3D planet with many controls. And yes, what you need is an Earth footage, and just it's a map of the Earth. You can take one from the internet, and I will drag that right into the composition, and that's okay. And first of all I go to layer, new camera, that's important. Create a new camera, and 35mm is okay. And then hit return on your keyboard and rename that layer to sphere. That's important, you need that. And then turn it into a 3D layer. Okay, then go to your effects and presets, go to animation presets, CPO presets, advanced presets and Planet Creator Pro, and take out the presets for name layer sphere and drag that right onto the footage. And you see an Earth is created, but it's looking very bad. But we'll fix that later. Two things I want to point out. First, these presets will only work in CS3. If you want to open them up in 7 or 6, you're not able to open them. And another thing I want to point out is never change the outputs. You see there are output plugins, you have to ignore them. They are not necessary for your work. Okay, next step, create a solid, a black solid. Oh, but the color actually doesn't matter. And yeah, make comp size and choose OK. And drag that on top of the sphere and hit return. You do not need to rename that, but I'd like to. And rename it to shadow. And then duplicate it, edit, duplicate it, and rename that layer to outside for outside glow. And then go to the effects and presets, go to shader. Oh, first of all, turn them both into 3D layer, and then take out the shadow and drag it to the shadow layer, and then outside glow to the outside layer. And you see a nice, very nice looking earth has been created. To keep your work organized, you can turn on the shy button for these two layers, and you can control everything with just this plugin here, Planet Creator Pro. You do not need the other layers, because if you want to, for example, animate this, you see everything is connected to each other and everything works fine. Okay, and cool thing is you have got a camera, and if you want to, you can fly around the earth or zoom back, and it's real 3D, and that's very nice feature. Yes, to work better with the sphere layer, you see if I orbit around it, this these axes are two-dimensional, and if you go to the world axis mode, it is in 3D and it's better to animate. You see it's moving around, and that's much better if you want to animate the Earth, for example. Okay, I will reset the camera for now, and I want to explain some of the features. Pre-process, yes, you've got some options here. Show render, it's just the 2D image with just the shadow. You can use comp light, but I do not recommend this. If you turn it on, you see there's no shadow, and you can create a new light, but there's a big problem, because it's just a two-dimensional layer that just rotates around to the camera. You will get a really strange effect if you orbit around it, and I do not recommend to use the comp light. Okay, and in this case you've got a real 3D shadow, and that's pretty cool. You've got master opacity, lower on the opacity, structure, yes, these are nice options. You can define the radius of the sphere, the absolute rotation, that's the normal rotation, everything for all the axes.